What is going on, Mile City? Welcome back to Broncos Country News. I'm your host and anchor, Cale Malden. So, as we get closer to the draft, we have a lot of stuff coming up. Lots of big drafts coming up. Of course, there's all the speculation what the Broncos could do with the pick. Trade up, trade down, quarterback, whatever. And there's been so much speculation as to what Denver could do. And I've been thinking about it. I've really been thinking about it. And there's so much they could do, obviously. But I wanted to really address this just from a fan's perspective. I wanted to address this because this has really got me thinking. I read a couple articles today that really pushed me to think this. I've been seeing some stuff from Mark Schlereth and Woody Page. And this is just what I was thinking. And I'm a little heated. Okay, I'm actually pretty heated. So here we go. So obviously the big question is, should the Broncos replace Drew Lock at quarterback? That's the big question. Should we get Fields? Should we get Trey Lance? Who should Denver take to replace Drew Lock if they wanted to? And everyone I've seen that wants to replace Drew Lock, they think that this rookie will come in, they'll have great success, that this team could be something perfect. Here's the thing, though. There are no such things as guarantees in the NFL. That has been very much established over the last few years. And now, Drew Lock is not a perfect quarterback. He is not. He is a quarterback just finishing 18 games in his career. 18 games. So a year and just over a third of a second season. And in that time, he's had two different offensive systems. Two different ones. And of course, people have noted that when Drew was in Missouri, he had, all the way dating back to high school, he had 6 different coordinators. The one time they kept him was his sophomore year to his junior year. And in his junior year, keeping with the same system and letting him learn it again, he had 44 touchdowns to 11 interceptions. He had over 4,000 yards passing, and he had a 65% completion percentage. That is great numbers, especially for college football. That's amazing numbers. But let me ask you this. So, you believe that at this point, bringing in a rookie quarterback who doesn't know anything about our system, who's brand new, and may take a year or two, is going to be any different than the situation we're in now? I don't think so. I also just wanted to bring this up really quickly because I think this is definitely worth mentioning. Like, if I could pinpoint that Drew Lock was the sole reason the Broncos did not win more games in 2020, then, okay, fine. Bring in the rookie, replace him, we're having a different conversation. But keep in mind, let's also just talk about, of course, there was a shortened off season with no real mini camps, no training camps, no real practices, no real meetings to get Drew Lock prepared, but also factor in throughout the season, they had tons of injuries, not just Vaughn and Cortland. They had injuries throughout the season. We were basically playing with no secondary for the back half of the season. We didn't have Callahan, we didn't have Boye, we had Bosby, Parks we brought in because we were so decimated by injury. Then Ojemudia, who did show some promise, but the only serves we had back there were K-Jack and Simmons. But we got torched constantly without our starting secondary. Like shown in the Buffalo game. Had we had Callahan in there, we'd probably still lose the game, but it's at least a different game with Callahan in there. Defensive line was riddled. We lost Mike Purcell. We were rotating guys in and out. We lost Jarrell Casey. Linebackers rotating in and out. Our offensive line, the only guy that really stayed healthy through that entire campaign, only 2 guys were probably like Reisner and Cushenberry. They're like and Bowles, like he missed a game or 2, but like that's it. Reisner and Cushenberry, like the only guys that stayed healthy throughout the entire campaign. Also keep in mind all the rookies that you had. You had 2 rookie wide receivers. You had a rookie corner. You had some rookie guys on the defensive line. You also had a rookie receiver in Tyree Cleveland. You had a new rookie tight end in Albert O. You also had some new guys like Graham Glasgow, DeMar Dotson. You had Gordon, a new running back that you were bringing in, having to learn them the system. Right tackle was a constant rotation because you had Wilkerson in. Then he goes down on IR. Then they bring in DeMar Dotson. He's hurt. They bring in Calvin Anderson, and he has some consistency issues being a rookie. Then they bring back DeMar Dotson, and then they bring in Wilkerson for a little bit, and it's a constant mismatch. Right guard was so weird because Schluttman's in some time because Graham Glasgow kept going down. And then Netani Moody gets a game or two, and everything just goes wrong. Like, yes, I can calmly say Drew Lock was not the sole reason the Broncos lost games in 2020. He did not help a lot sometimes, but we can also say the team had so many injuries and rotating positions, and the team was so many changing things in and out with a brand new system. A lot of things were going wrong. It wasn't just Drew Lock. It was a lot of things going wrong for Denver. Quarterback was an issue, yes, but not the sole issue. Bringing in a rookie doesn't exactly fix that overnight. All right, let's think about this. If we take a rookie, then I'm going to tell you fans the same thing I'm telling you about with Drew Lock. Be patient. Let's give the kid a year or two. Let's let him grow. Let's let him develop. Let's let him be something great. And, of course, what if the rookie has a bad year? Let's think about that for a second. What if the rookie has a bad year? You're going to run him out of town too? You're going to say, this guy sucks. Let's get a new quarterback. Let's start fresh. We need someone else. What sense does that make? Kick the guy out the backside, start anew. When you've literally just done that, you're going to start anew if the rookie sucks? Or are you going to say, yeah, but let's give him some time. Let's wait. Let's be patient. What, were you weren't willing to do with Drew? That doesn't make any sense. That doesn't make sense. Also, keep in mind the situation they're in. Vic Fangio and Pat Shurmur know it is playoffs or bust. They know they either make the playoffs or they are done. They know that for a fact. And what position would they want to develop a rookie? Really think about that. Really think about that. Why would they want to develop a rookie when they already have a quarterback who knows their system, who's getting chemistry, and has a chance to get better, or just to hope that a rookie doesn't implode and get caught by the fire, which is very possible to happen. Very possible to happen, especially in the National Football League. If you want a perfect example, look at Dwayne Haskins. When Dwayne Haskins was coming out of the draft, Dan Snyder had told Jay Gruden and his staff, hey, you got to win this year or you're done. And he was going to can the staff and they were going to start anew. So they said, okay, don't draft Dwayne Haskins. They may have had questions about him as a quarterback, but also, how does that help you as a coach? They know you either win this season or you're canned, but yet your owner's telling you, draft this rookie quarterback who may not be ready to play game one, but take him anyway. Well, the coaches said they wanted more time to develop Dwayne Haskins, but Snyder said no. What does that help? Look what happened to Haskins. No, I get that Dwayne may have his issues, but the fact that his coach gave him no help because they were so determined to win now, and they're like, okay, kid, be Mahomes game one. And he couldn't. He couldn't be that. He couldn't. And of course, he struggled, and the team did not play well. But it didn't help that he went to a staff that had no inclination to develop him because they had to win now or they're canned. That would be bringing in this rookie. You're bringing in a rookie to a situation where Fangio and his staff might fast-track his progression. They might rush him because they say, hey, we got to win now. We don't have Drew anymore. It's up to you, kid. Save our jobs. And then let's say the kid has a rough year because it's just possible. He's a rookie. Welcome to the National Football League. This isn't Madden. Kid has a rough year, and the staff ends up getting canned because they have a bad season. Staff ends up getting fired. You're putting the rookie in the same situation you put Drew Lock in. You're asking the coach to bring in a brand new system and hope that the rookie picks it up lightning fast and that he doesn't get burned by the fire. And you're hoping that even though it's literally the same thing all over again, we don't have Drew Lock again. Even though it's the same situation, you're putting the rookie. You're ultimately hurting the rookie. Why does that make any sense? Let's bring in a rookie and hope that, by some miracle, that he doesn't get burned by the fire, that he plays like Patrick Mahomes. type. That's what Broncos fans are asking for. Don't ask for that. Now, I'm not saying ask for a bad quarterback or don't ask for greatness, but don't expect Mahomes out of a rookie because it's probably not going to happen. Probably not. And if you're Vic Fangio, what would you rather have? A rookie quarterback who may not be ready to start game one and is probably going to take some time to get used to the system, or you stick with the guy you got now who knows the system, who's getting chemistry with his receivers, is dedicating himself to getting better this year? What would you rather have if you're Vic? What would you rather have? What would you rather have? Ask yourself that question. I think he'd rather stick with the quarterback that at least knows his system and could potentially get better. That's what he knows. If you want a perfect example, look at Josh Allen. I know people are sick of the Josh Allen comparisons, but it's true. His rookie campaign, he had 10 touchdowns, 12 interceptions, little over 2,000 yards, and a 52% completion percentage. That's bad. And then his second year, a little better, 58% completion percentage, little over 3,000 yards, 20 touchdowns, 9 interceptions. Not great, but it's still better. Then his third year, he has over 4,000 yards, he has a 63% completion percentage, and he has 37 touchdowns and 10 interceptions. Be honest, no one in his rookie campaign or in his second year thought that was going to work. Nobody saw that coming. There were only 3 people who really saw that coming, and that was Brandon Beane, Sean McDermott, Brian Daboll. The 3 people who bought in, the OC, the head coach, and the president. The only 3 who needed to buy into Josh bought into Josh. And they said, screw what everyone else says. Let's stick with our guy. Let's roll him out. In fact, look at Baker Mayfield. Perfect example. Almost similar to Drew Lock. Rookie campaign. Fantastic. People love it. And the Browns say, let's shell out and go get a Super Bowl ring. Let's load our roster. And Baker struggled so mightily. And the Browns had every chance to move off of him. Baker regressed. He played poorly. He made bad mistakes, threw a lot of picks. And the Browns, at the end of the day, they scrapped it. They got a new GM and a new coach that had no obligation to Baker. And Baker had one chance to save his job, but the guy said, screw it. Let's build around Baker. Let's give him a loaded roster and see what he can do. And the Browns end up going to the playoffs. They secure a winning record. And Baker was a huge part of that. If Baker plays bad, Cleveland doesn't make the playoffs. But Baker played good. He got better because the Browns said, let's give the kid a shot to grow. Is that too much to ask for? Am I asking for too much of just a teeny bit patience? I'm not saying you have to give Locke a full season. I'm not saying that. But give the kid a few games to grow, for the love of God. You're asking for Mahomes, which is near impossible nowadays. From any quarterback, other than maybe him. Guys, keep in mind, of the past few years, only one rookie has gotten a team to the playoffs in his rookie campaign. Baker Mayfield didn't do it. Sam Darnold didn't do it. Josh Allen didn't do it. Kyler Murray didn't do it, even though Murray did show improvements. And Burrow didn't, Tua didn't, and Herbert didn't. In fact, many argue Tua was the reason the Dolphins didn't make the playoffs. Argue there were other reasons, but just throwing that out there. I don't think Tua was the reason the Dolphins didn't make the playoffs. I'm just saying that. But keep in mind, Lamar, when he came in, the Ravens weren't in bad shape, mind you. They were still in the hunt. They weren't in the playoffs, but they were still in the hunt. All he had to do was provide a spark, which he did. But he still had some average passing numbers. People still had their questions, but the Ravens stuck it out. They kept him going, and look what Lamar has become. Look what he's become. He's become something that nobody ever thought he would be. Nobody does. And I'm just saying, bringing a rookie makes no sense given the Broncos' current quarterback situation, because there's no guarantees in this league. You have 2 choices. Either you hope to God the rookie doesn't get burned, or you can stick with what you got and see what it becomes. Those are your options. And I like how someone brought up, in the article I read, they brought up Drew Brees. In his first 3 years as a Charger, his numbers were not good. When he left, he had a combined 25 touchdowns to 28 picks and 57% completion percentage. That is bad through 3 years. That is bad through 3 years. And the Saints said, let's give the kid a shot. Let's take a flyer. They developed Drew Brees. They gave him the time, and look what he's become. What if Denver did that with Drew Lock? What if he gave up on Drew, we sent him elsewhere, and Drew went and he developed elsewhere, and Drew Lock succeeded? And we're stuck with a bad rookie who doesn't succeed. Then we're nowhere better. We are nowhere better than we were just 2 months ago. We're no better than we were just a year ago. We are stuck in the same place again, which makes no sense. And again, Page and Schlereth have indicated that all the moves have Peyton indicating that probably they're going to stick it with Drew and bring in competition. Now, we don't know who that is. The Broncos probably don't either, for all we know. But here's the thing. Bringing in a rookie and hoping he succeeds is a dangerous gamble to take, especially with a roster like this. You're honestly better off sticking with Drew. Do I think he'll make the jump? Of course I do. Look at the jersey I'm wearing. Look at the videos I've made. Of course I think Drew can make the jump. But to just pray and hope a rookie doesn't get burned, what sense does that make? It makes no sense. And people say, well then why do you keep Drew? Because you think he can develop and learn in a system. Why is it so hard to grasp that the kid could grow? Why is it so hard to grasp that a kid could be something great? Rather than just chucking him to the side and say, let's bring in the rookie. He doesn't do well, run him out of town too, and just say, well, let's start over again. Like the 15th time we tried this, it didn't work, but the 17th time, that time it's gonna work. Alright? The definition of insanity is doing the exact same thing and hoping for the same result. And that doesn't mean sticking with Drew Lock. That means just blowing up the QB position again, by the way, and hoping that the next guy who comes in, yeah, the previous times you've tried this, it doesn't work out, but this time, if we blow up the QB position, it'll work. No, it doesn't. It doesn't work. The NFL actually doesn't give up on quarterbacks too quickly. They actually do give them more time than you think, guys. Keep in mind, Menzel got a few years. Menzel actually got a few more years than he probably deserved, but they gave him a shot. He didn't do good with it, but Cleveland gave him a shot. I'm just saying, bringing in a QB is not guaranteed success, as much as many people think it is. And I could be wrong. And I'm probably going to have egg on my face. It's true. I could probably be wrong about this. But to think that a rookie is a guaranteed gamble makes no sense. Makes no sense, because there's no guarantees in this league. No matter what. The rookie could suck, and Drew Lock could be better than we thought he could be. But, of course, that's just my opinion. Please let me know any thoughts in the comments below. Please be sure to follow me on Instagram and Twitter. I put the links in the description below. Be sure to let me know your thoughts in the comments below. I have now tried to do this 3 times, and I'm really exhausted, and my throat is pretty much destroyed. Anyways, that's it for me. Broncos Country, 303. I'll see you guys later.